Everybody thinks that motivation is the issue when you do a PhD, and it's the fact that you lack motivation that's the problem. I'm going to tell you something that's completely different, and then I'm going to tell you what I'm actually doing to correct this. So, the idea is not necessarily that it has anything to do with motivation, but it has everything to do with uncertainty you don't know, or ambiguity, you just don't know about what to do, and loneliness. It is a very, very lonely journey when you're doing this, and people don't understand the research journey is so lonely, and you really don't know what to do at any moment along the way. So, we think the standard approach with motivation is that you just simply need to have these goals and you lay out these goals and everything is going to work out from there. You just try to accomplish those particular goals. But when you're doing something that's really long and tedious and boring, you have to actually sit down and get this stuff done. And so what you'll notice is that at any moment along the way that there's all these problems with ambiguity and uncertainty that you reach, and you're trying to figure out what to do next. And then from there you get all this frustration and stress, and then you realize that you're extremely lonely because the only way to get this done is to work on your own. And I think that this is somewhat of a problem. I don't think it's a motivation issue that everybody thinks about, in that you're not working hard enough and it's about productivity and all of this kind of stuff. That is the normal conversation that everybody has. You're so much more productive than somebody else. No, it has everything to do with the fun experience, or knowing what the particular answers are and having some sort of certainty with that. So that's why so if you don't know me, I'm Professor Dave Maslach. I'm building the Reciprocity Project, and I'm actually going to start building some more things into the Reciprocity platform. So it's this idea of getting help on your work, right? Research is really hard, and I want to make research a lot more fun and exciting and interesting. And so the way that I know how to do this, I am an engineer. I teach about innovation and entrepreneurship, is to focus on this particular problem, right? We know that it is challenging to do something for a long time, particularly in the research game. You don't have a lot of feedback. People misunderstand that and they think that there's feedback all of the time. But in fact, what the feedback happens is after like 6 months, you get feedback. You don't quite know what to do. And so you're often doing, there's two emotions that you often go through. One of them is you get a lot of, you kind of lose yourself, right? And you feel really not good about yourself. The other emotion is you get angry at the rest of the world, right? And these are natural emotions that you have to deal with and process. So I want to remove some of that stuff because I don't think it's all that fun, right? Like, I'm actually focusing on the thing that drives most of us to do not great things. And that's where I need your help. I need your help to go onto the platform. What I'm doing right now, and what we're doing right now, is that I focused a lot on writing, but now I think I'm actually going to focus a lot more on making this a much more fun experience. So I'm going to focus more on design, focusing on thinking about how can we do this in a step-by-step fashion. So what you're going to start seeing over the next little while is implementation of things where it's a step-by-step fashion. Right. I already have, if you want, there's quizzes in terms of, answering certain things of, should you stay in the particular career? Should you go into academia? Should you get a PhD? All these kind of things. What I'm going to do is try to supersize this as much as possible, because there's all these little questions that you have. You just don't know what the answers are. And I think we can accelerate this quite dramatically and make it a lot more fun and interesting, so that along the way there's somebody that's helping you out. In fact, that there is somebody that's going to sort of guide you through that, that it matters to get this kind of feedback. And some of this feedback is just on your own, but at the same time, you just don't know what to do. You don't know how to approach this. There's so many different things that are going on. So I see a lot of people focusing on peer groups and things like that, which are wonderful, and I love that. But at the same time, most of our work is alone. And despite the fact that I love to work in groups and, I love all of that kind of stuff because it does make it feel different, the experience is different, that's not the reality of what we actually do. So I am going to continue to build this out so that we can have tools available that allow us to feel motivated, allow it to feel fun. Um, Not necessarily motivated in the sense that you're thinking about. I know you can do this. I know that this is something that you can really get your fingertips in and you can really work at. But it's, how do I know to keep going? So I'm going to start working on more of that, of resolving some of these sort of challenges that we have of, I don't know what to do and I feel lonely, or I feel these negative emotions. It might not be loneliness or negative emotions, competition, things like that. I think those things manifest itself into a lot of negative emotions, at least for me, and I know for a lot of people, that is hard to control. So why not develop tools to help us deal with these things? If you look at dropout rates, the dropout rates of PhD programs are much higher. Graduate school is much higher than a lot of different other particular programs than you might think about, than compared to undergrad, right? And how do we fix this? We fix this by focusing on the particular problem and looking at tools so we can have a much more fun experience and it may not be for you that's listening to this right now. That's the thing, is it's probably for other people that, if you're listening to this, you might be one of the people that may need it. But there's a lot of people that, they don't need it. They have good mentorship. They have, a peer group, all of those kind of things that allow you to go forward and have fun. But there's lots of people around the world, and they could be at top programs and doing great things around the world where they feel alone and they don't feel like they are contributing the way that they would like to contribute. So I want to change this. I think it's vitally important to make our experience that much better. And the only way I can do this, and this is where I need your help again, is go on, spread the word as much as you can. Let other people know. Go to go to your deans, go to your presidents, and ask if they want to put this into their university. It's the only way I can actually do anything with this. I need to fund it. So it's getting to the point where it's getting a little ridiculous that I'm sort of funding this myself. If you know of ways, and if you want to participate, please do figure out how to do this. Go talk to people. I would love for other people to do some of these things to help out. And I know I'm asking you to do a lot, but what are we going to do? All right. Take care and have a wonderful day. Bye.